Know what time it is. I said I wasn't going to channel too much, but I am going to channel because they're playing with my live streams, okay? They're playing with my live streams. The gay men and the gay warlocks are over here trying to repeat my content before me type shit. And like I said, if you are a real truth teller and you enjoy truth, go ahead and come in and hit that like button so we can continue these conversations. Okay, as you can tell from the title, what we're talking about, men are made to protect you and they don't want to. That being said, okay, in order to step away from the job they were chosen to do, okay, on your behalf, they keep trying to destiny swap you and put themselves in the place of women, which is why they become gay in the first place. Okay, I'm gonna say this again: men become gay because they are destiny swapping you, okay, for your birthright. Okay, once you understand why most women don't understand femininity, why they don't understand their connection with men, you grow up with these men your whole life. You absolutely do understand why they're treated the way they are and why they don't respect you. Okay? Men don't respect you because they don't respect themselves. If men respected themselves, they would want to live in their own honor, their own image, their own everything. But because they like to mock God, their only covenant is with the devil. Okay? When you understand that, that is why men are always pretending, oh my gosh, the world is so crazy, so bad. Okay? Follow us because we need you to listen to us so we can protect you. Men only lead you to places they're going. So he can't protect you from gay men if he's sleeping with gay men. Okay, that's why after a while, he leads you to places where you become the enemy, even though all you've done is nurture him. Okay, I'm gonna say this again. When you understand that most women and men, okay, alike are under the spell of gay witchcraft, only then do you understand why the 7 year tribulation started with Obama. Obama ushered in transgenders and gay men replacing biological women. And black people, that was the last straw. When I tell black people the last thing they needed was for black people to go along with Sodom and Gomorrah. And black people, okay, instead of question why they could legalize gayness, but they couldn't even legalize the fact of who we are. Okay? How can gayness be recognized and legalized, okay, and panderized everywhere before white people even give you your identity and tribes? Do you see what I mean now? This is how you know you're under gay witchcraft. Black people were more excited about some nigga from the Middle East named Obama becoming a president here. Okay. Oh, we got our first black president, our first black family. All the black family did was usher in Sodom and Gomorrah. And now you're here battling for your rights to be natural born woman against gay men who are not trying to give your rights back. The only war you're up against is the covenant that gay men and men who claim to be straight have with each other. Okay? And it is to perform as much gay witchcraft as they can to keep women in line so that they can have kids. They do not want these kids, they want to exploit these kids. Okay? This is why we have a SMEX offender list. They don't want you. They want your kids and they want you to want to have kids. And if they can get you to do that, their job is complete. Okay, the world can't go around without children. The only people who have something to give out of their womb are women. So if you understood that the only people changing the laws are men, there's no woman presidents. Most of the people in Congress are men who have wives. Okay, so who are changing the laws for men to claim, I'm a man, but I'm she and her? Okay, why are they changing pronouns to fit men who want to be you? Women don't even have free sanitary products, and we can't help the fact that we bleed every month. So how is it that we can afford to get men, okay, titty surgeries, hormones, and but we can't afford free tampons and pads and menstruation cups? Do you catch my drift? Okay, we can afford to bring every third world country immigrant to America and give them a life, okay, better than your own. Meanwhile, most of them are coming here and becoming transgenders off of our government's dime. So you mean to tell me it was cheaper to waste all these billions and millions, destroy the land, and then turn around, okay, and bring all the immigrants who destroyed their own land here? And all you could have did was drop a few million and even up the curriculum of schools in poor neighborhoods and rich ones. All you had to do was take away the social construct of race so we could all play evenly. Meaning, why are you still asking us what color we are? We went through slavery at your expense and our own. Why are you still asking us what color we are if you're not racist and trying to make sure, okay, you're inflicting what you have us in the curses of? There's no reason for you to ask what color we are. That why do you think they keep bringing other people here who claim white, not black? I'm gonna tell you again, the only thing most people are under is gay witchcraft. Now, if you're not a hater, please do come in and hit that like button and let's deep dive. Okay, may all of you guys have protection, okay, and enlightenment in your best times of understanding the knowledge of Ra. Okay, I'm not here to be bowed down to. I'm here to break you from your curses. That is my only job. Okay, that is my only job, is to break you from the curses. Past that, your journey will begin. Okay, I want to show you guys why black males are not on the same page as black women. We are unequally yoked and purposely, and these men know it. I started off my video and they tried to ban me. So right now I'm channeling because they got me fucked up. I am her. Okay? You will not block my message, and I will absolutely make sure it falls on all the ears and eyes it needs to hear. Okay? Let's talk. Okay? If you're going to put something on the wind, it has to be something worthwhile. It can't just be anything. Okay? So let's talk the way we're intended to. Okay? It says here that what is the male version of witchcraft? It says a warlock is the male equivalent of a witch or a sorcerer. Okay, and when you understand that, we're going to bring it all together. Okay, men are always online talking about witchcraft. A man or a woman can perform witchcraft. Let's get that understood. And the people who are performing it the most are men, which is why they keep trying to make you pretend it's evil. But the only reason gay men exist is because those gay men indulge in witchcraft. Okay, so straight men are pretending they don't want to be warlocks. Meanwhile, they all want to be warlocks. They just can't openly do it. Gay men are openly warlocks. Okay, so these straight men are getting their fake knowledge from gay warlocks. They're not talking about these deeper spiritual things with you. Okay, how do you think they get their explanations? Okay, but in order to get these explanations, they have to perform gay rituals, meaning sleep with each other. Okay, and nobody will come on here and lie and talk about witchcraft, witches. If there are witches, there are warlocks, and the only men who are online always talking about another nigga's balls and bloodline are y'all. Okay, all of y'all are on here considering yourselves speakers and enlighteners of whatever the hell it is you're lying about. Okay, and this is all y'all do is gay male witchcraft against women. And the thing is, you're trying to entice other men. Y'all are trying to attract other men. You're not even looking for women. The women you're looking for them to pour increase into you and give you energy. You're energy vampires in the name of gay witchcraft, all of you. And this is why even your celebrities end up doing it in your face, because the only thing they commit to is gay witchcraft. They do not like women. The truth is not in you. Okay, but in order for you to pretend you are the truth, you must have your seed in a woman. So this is why there are so many broken homes, because half the people making homes in the first place know they don't want a home. Okay, and I'm gonna say this again: if you understood that men absolutely do more warlocking and witchcraft than you, you'd understand why. I say again, they keep knocking me off the live stream, y'all. They probably are trying to ban me for talking about this. But imagine when you're being respectful as possible, talking about what they claiming is fake, and they keep trying to take you off. Y'all, I damn near have full charge on this iPad. So it ain't no cutting off, ain't no dead batteries, nothing, okay? So stay tuned, okay? Correct. I am saying it is intentional to someone who isn't a social figure. Okay, and all of your social figures do it more intentionally. Okay, but black men understand that they are warlocks and they believe in it too. This is why all the organizations black men in, they have to separate you out of. If black men wanted you to be equally yoked, these black men would do exactly what other men do: bring their women along. and give them the knowledge that they need to be powerful with them. Whether they're gay or not, most of these men don't leave their women behind. Black men are different because black men are pretending they like women. What they like more than anything itself are the curses of Esau and Babylon, because it allows them to have you access to you and creating a seed and leaving their mark on the world, right? But it also allows them to be seen a certain way by all the other non-black people in Babylon, meaning they are allowed to sleep with men and women of any race because they have been exalted in false status. So most people of other nations want to sleep with black men just because they know the biggest curse of gay witchcraft is on them. Everyone else can pretend they like their women. Black men can't even pretend it. They can't even pretend it. That's how deep they are into somebody else's gay witchcraft. Look at how many of these black men are walking around with Greek symbols of gay deities. Now, I'm going to help you understand something. All of these men are paying to be a part of these organizations, just like the women are paying. Okay? They have to pay a certain amount of money to be a part of these organizations. So these black people in particular, these divine niners, they're paying these people money to learn witchcraft against you as regular people. Okay? And the people who can't afford to pay to be in divine nines, they're the people who are online pretending, okay, they're a part of these organizations. So they're trying to live like these people. They try to get the same houses in the same neighborhoods, but they can't stand each other because only one of them is a part of these organizations. When you understand that the people who do the most witchcraft in the black communities are your divine niners, all of these people come from churches. And most of them are still in the church right now. The only time they bring up that they do witchcraft is when they're denouncing these organizations. They have to denounce them because they pledge allegiance to deities. Okay, and the only way you can unpledge to a deity is to denounce and publicly. Okay, you have to publicly denounce from these deities. Have you noticed that the only time these people and organizations denounce from these organizations is when they're about to go directly into another one, like Christianity, which is a cult for more gay witchcraft? Why? That's why Jesus is a gay warlock. Now, I want you to understand that these people in the church who have been a part of these organizations, they absolutely know what I mean when I say most of y'all are gay witchcrafters and y'all do gay things to keep your fake friendship bonds. It's also in the books you serve. Okay, if you don't know anything about the Bible, I'm a preacher's daughter. So it's a lot of stuff I read in the Bible that never allowed me to spiritually rest. Okay, but if you understand, there's even a story of gay men in the Bible. And if you knew the true story of David, they do not tell you the full story of David. David and Jonathan in the Bible were a gay couple. Okay, and in the Bible, Jonathan was 30 years David's senior, but David was said to be the king. Okay, Jonathan was not. Okay, so basically, Jonathan was the pervert. Okay, like in Naruto. If you look at Naruto, the person who trained Naruto is a pervert named Jiraiya. This is the same exact scenario over and over and over again. Okay, over and over and over again. And if you understand, they don't talk about these parts of the Bible, but they only talk about the parts that pretend they have power. None of them have power because they're all based in gay witchcraft. Now, they might knock me off this live stream. I don't give a damn. We in here. Okay. When I told YouTube this is an adult's live stream, there's no reason for you to be kicking me off of my own live stream for talking about adult shit. Okay. David and Jonathan did not have a platonic friendship. What they had was a gay relationship right in your faces in the Bible. And the same relationship David and Jonathan had in the Bible is the same relationship most men, okay, are trying to have with their sons. And it is unnatural and it is gay. Okay. If you go read your Bible, not the parts and the verses and the stories they like, if you read your Bible for real, most of it would have you questioning life itself and what you are in general. Okay. This is a story about a gay relationship in the Bible, and I'm going to explain this to you. Because Christians don't use their Bibles, they use their Bibles against you. Okay, they're warlocks and witchcrafts. Okay, they're looking to perform miracles, yet they have no power. So I'm going to break this down to you a little deeper because the only time I use Babylonian Google is to show you what the fuck I already know. I just have to break it down to you so you understand they know, which is why I pulled it up on here, because they know what I'm talking about. They just won't talk about it. Okay, but I'm gonna talk about it. Okay. Ooh, yeah. Okay. David and Jonathan, featured in the books of Samuel, shared a profound, quote unquote, divinely ordained friendship. This is false. Okay, it was not a divine friendship. It was toxic, and it was based in competing for the young male. Okay, listen to me now. Okay, listen to me now. Okay, like I said, if you're upset about what I'm talking about, you can always go somewhere where gay witchcraft is being talked about and feel better about yourself. Because I said what I said. Okay. If you loved your mother, you would not be here projecting and protesting me. Okay. Listen and sit your bussy down. I'm talking. And when divine beings are speaking, you be quiet and listen. Okay. Now listen like the rest of these content thieves and people who actually want some real knowledge. Okay. Because everybody ain't here to play in Babylon. Okay. As I was saying, David and Jonathan, featured in the books of Samuel, shared a profound, divinely ordained friendship, marked by Jonathan's self-sacrificing love for David. Okay? It's envy. It ain't self-sacrifice, it's envy for David. He had envy for David. Okay? Despite being God's chosen future king, meaning David was chosen to be the future king and Jonathan was trying to be his confidant. But God didn't choose Jonathan to be David's confidant. Okay, if you know who Saul is, this is what Saul to Paul is implying, but they don't give you the full story because they're gay warlocks. They can't give you the full story. It would make too much sense. Okay, self-sacrificing love for David, despite David being God's chosen future king and Jonathan's father, Saul's rival. So Jonathan's father was Saul's rival. Okay? Jonathan's father, Saul's rival. Okay? So he was beefing with his own father over a boy. They were beefing over a boy that didn't belong to any of them. Okay, they're always showing you the Trinity. The Trinity is men going against themselves for men they can't do anything for. Okay, they have to live out their own masculinity, but this is why older men won't get their hands off the younger men. They want to take from them their purity. The same thing happens in prison. If men wanted to be empowered in prison, they would empower themselves. They can't because these are their curses. Okay, these are their curses regardless of where they go. What's done in the dark. Let's talk about it. All right. Their covenant sealed their loyalty. I'm going to say this again. These are the only covenants that exist are between gay men because before there was a covenant, there was nothing more than a coven. They added themselves to the end of it. Okay. This is why they call witches a coven. Okay. There was no covenant. Covenant became gay. Okay. Covenant represents gay because that's the only thing that came from covenants. Okay. With men, with each other. And how they create those covenants are against you doing gay witchcraft. If you want some knowledge, baby, come on over. Hit the like button, subscribe, and don't be scared, okay, to get active. This ain't the time to act like you are not a slave. Of course you're a slave. And to gay men, let's continue, okay? Their covenant sealed their loyalty. This is why men pretend they're so loyal to each other without a fault, okay? Depressed and loyal. Ain't that crazy? Just loyal to nothing. Gayness. With Jonathan protecting David from his jealous father, and David later honoring Jonathan's family, illustrating deep spiritual connection. Okay, loyalty and sacrifice, often interpreted as platonic but inspiring debate. It is ain't no platonic and it ain't inspiring, it's gay. Read the story for yourself with your mind the way it's supposed to be. Stop reading stuff with a reprobate mind. This is why Christians have to keep opening their Bible for 400 years straight. They ain't understanding it. If you understood your Bible, by the time you close, you be like, ain't no way in hell. Okay? I just read that shit. Okay? But this is how you know they are under gay witchcraft. Because they read it and keep going. Then they wonder why all their kids are gay. Okay? All the kids in the church got a gift and they all gay with it. Okay? All of them Kirk Franklin. Okay? Look at the people who join the church the most. Your Krishan Rocks, your Black Chinas. Nobody hides behind the church more than people who get down with... Y'all know do y'all understand what I'm saying here? Okay. Let's talk about this. Let me help y'all wake up. And this is why I laugh at women who come here and pretend, okay, they are so knowledgeable. Now, let me help you understand how all these men understand what an unk is. Fake spiritual women copy gay men. And when they find women like me, they try to copy me too. So pay attention. A lot of your fake spiritual people, they're going to come to my live streams and take all of my live stream topics and redo them. Okay? But this is an ankh, and this is what the ankh represents: homosexuality for both genders. So when they show you these pictures that are modified, they're trying to pretend that the ankh is now representative of the original ankh, but it's not. The ankh has always represented homosexuality and transgenderism. But hermaphrodites are naturally chosen by animals in nature. Okay? Hermaphrodites are only chosen by the queen. So that means women choose which gay men they want to bring along in power. They're not chosen by themselves, they don't create themselves. The queen chooses them, and they don't have a seed. They don't create seeds. It's a difference between hermaphrodites of nature and men who want to be cross dressers in the name of having your birthright. That is totally, absolutely different. Okay, gay men are not your friends. Gay men are the only people who are doing gay witchcraft. The biggest witchcrafters are gay men. I'm going to say again, this is why they think they understand men better than you do. And the only way they could think that is if they're performing gay witchcraft and doing rituals against women. The men who use the most witchcraft against women, they have to sleep with a man and a woman. Gay men have to get you to sleep with a woman for them to take her energy. This is why the down low culture exists. This is why all the women in the industry who have these rich ass men are always watching them get down at Diddy parties, because in order to be a part of this type of shit, they have to be quiet and hold them fingers up and say shh about the fact that all the niggas they chose with money, okay, are gay. Now understand, money isn't real. That's how you should know it ain't shit. Money is not real. It's like playing a big game of Sims. Okay? Money comes from the earth. So every time they take that money off the ground and off the trees and repurpose it, baby, the value's gone. That's like putting flowers out of the ground and into a vase. Once they start to deteriorate and pass away, they are no longer the things you are looking at in the ground. They are passing away. You're mummifying them. And money's the same way. So what they're doing is repurposing how you spend the earth. Okay? And if they can get you to repurpose that earth and spend it on homosexuality in the name of their covenant, what do you think you have done to yourself? You ain't just hexing yourself, you are double cursing yourself. You are binding yourself in every which way, mind, body, soul, with their curses and covenants. And you are supposed to be a part of a coven, because your coven of women is what helps you make sure you are not being given to a man of gay witchcraft. Okay, you were originally made to be tested. The men you were with were made, their blood to be tested to make sure they weren't giving you diseases. When you understand why you bleed for 7 days and why God gave you your only begotten daughter, when God and the universe sends you a daughter, it's because it is time to clean your bloodline. And men who do not want to clean their bloodlines destroy their daughters. Period. Okay? Period. Once you understand this, okay, wealth does not determine who gets destroyed in womanhood. All women are being destroyed by this very same thing. If you pay attention, women have been fighting for rights forever, and not one time have women ever been allowed to change the damn pronouns, have we? Why are we changing pronouns? If there are more women than men, how are men able to change the laws about gender and procreation and what's what and what's called what? Why is it that all the men online who say they love women are doing nothing more than showing you they are gay warlocks? I'm going to say again, I'm just going to show you. The only women who love these warlocks are people like this. And people like this are always on here trying to talk shit about other women because they are under gay witchcraft. They are the gay witchcrafters. Okay? Gay men and transgenders feel the same way about you. They are at war with you for your birthright. They can't really like you. That doesn't mean they won't be in your presence. They have to. Who do you think they're sucking their life force from? Gay men aren't feminine. Who do you think they're sucking their fake energy from? Do you know how much energy it takes for a grown-ass man to wake up and pretend he's a fucking fairy? That's a lot of fucking energy when you weren't born with that. Where do you think he's getting the energy to pretend that much and that long? And why do you think as women, you're always depressed and tired and overworked and in the place of where these gay men should be? You're welcome. Because gay men don't like you. The only gay men who like you, they are quiet and they are not trying to replace you, nor do they want to be called she and her or they and them. They are still he. The only gay men worth respecting are men who want to be men and understand that they are men. There is no merging of the genders. There's no need for that. Only nature will merge who needs to be merged. And like I said, the reason why most women are salty and rude towards other women, always talking shit, okay, is because they are with a gay man. This is why they're always Christian. God, it doesn't matter what they say. They only have time to critique you because they know they have a gay man at home. Okay? And he's always prissier than her. Most of them are with a man who's like Chrisley knows best. Okay? They're with a Kirk Franklin. They're with a Kevin Gates. Marriage is a contract because once women realize most of their men are gay, they're not able to leave. They have to go through hoops and loops just to get away from this binding. But the reason why they marry you is because they're doing gay witchcraft. Men who actually want you, they don't need marriage. Marriage will not change anything other than the status of how other people will be viewing you. And then they view you as one. In other words, they're trying to destroy both of you, but the only thing they're destroying is the woman. Why do you think most women have a glow up after their divorce? Yeah, because you just broke that gay witchcraft contract your dumbass signed. If you understood the basis behind how they do their gay witchcraft, most gay witchcraft at the highest levels come with a contract, and you gonna sign it with your name, okay? And you also gonna sign it in BLOOD, whether you understand that or not. Okay, this is a spiritual thing. They want your birthright. If they can't take your birthright, they take your name. Okay, because only then can you connect what bloodline you come from. This is why when men marry you, they take your birthright name and change it to theirs. Because at that point, okay, there's power in a name, but they take the power out of your name and give it to themselves. Whatever they do is what you get behind. And that's not how it's meant to work. Okay, when you understand that, there's nothing in nature that needs that. Okay, only gay witchcrafters. Some of the only people who even stay together are people who've been together 40, 50 years, ain't even been to a courthouse, couldn't afford it. Meanwhile, look at all the people who trying to show you their weddings. If you understand what a wedding is, okay, they are wedlocking, okay, spiritual ties. Okay? That's why they say for better, for worse, for all the things that would cause you to DEATH, they tell you to bind to it. And in other words, this is why a lot of men, okay, when you want out, they feel like it's okay for them to delete you because they have been agreeing to delete you if you ever should so choose to leave. Because who do you think you are? I contracted this. You are my slave. Okay? There is not a bigger slave, okay, contract than a man choosing you as his wife. Because what a wife really represents is a woman who's willing to be his whore. You are the son and the whore. Okay? That's what it represents to them. Okay? This is what it represents. And this is why people are always on here pretending like people, Shira Seven and all these hags. Only women without kids can understand what's going on. Because when you have a child, it is literally not by nature right now. Look how many people are on the earth. Why would you need a child? And why would you need a child with a tainted bloodline? If you don't know how to test his bloodline, why are you even mating with him? Half these women ain't even get a blood test from their husbands before they got married to see if their husbands had HIV. Okay, they be up here, my husband gave me HIV. He probably gave you HIV before he was your husband. How would you know? Y'all do the same shit as these men. They're under gay witchcraft. And women who come on here and love to promote their gay witchcraft the most, none of these men want them because the men know they're under gay witchcraft. Go look at all your Christians. Just like the woman on my screen, okay, all of your religious denomination women, nobody wants them because all the men know they're under gay witchcraft. You're worshiping gay warlocks. Okay, I don't care what you think about Jesus, Allah, Yahweh, all of them are gay, okay, warlocks. And like I said, this is why men can't commit to God because they're committed to too many other Smex demons. All these men do is steal my spirituality content and then come on here and say Jesus told them, God told them, their deity told them. If you start paying attention to, all of them are lying. They can't keep a straight face. They're always reading notes. They're always lying. When you are divine and you are divinely speaking, you don't need it pre-recorded. You talk. Okay? You're not talking from a place of rambling. You're talking from a place of truth and not ego. So ego can't get in the way and cause you to fuck up what you're saying. Because you ain't saying it out of ego. Does that make sense? Why you think they only talk about the same damn Bible passages? The Bible's pretty big. I bet y'all ain't never heard them talk about the true story of Jonathan and David, have you? Now watch how many fake truth tellers, okay, start talking about it. If you pay attention, all of them, I've only been here a year. Look how many of them are repeating all my content. If you're wondering what's on my screen, I did a video, okay, about fasting and all of the things and reasons why you should fast. And this is my video. Okay, yesterday, this gentleman took down his older fasting videos because they were lies, okay, and replaced it with my fasting video and then called me a demon. Okay, so you took my whole fasting video on my channel. You got to look at how few views I have. So if I only have 1,000 subscribers barely and 638 views, ain't it strange how one of the people viewing me and stealing my content is a warlock who's talking about another magical nigga and his bloodline? Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? And all his talking points, not one of them come from the Bible. Okay, because the Bible doesn't say these things. They're taking them from people like myself and giving credit to their gay male warlock deities. It doesn't matter if they have a woman. They are committed to disrespecting that woman in the name of their deity. Once you understand that, ask yourself why so many men are online constantly talking like they are truth tellers and fortune tellers, and all of them are gay male warlocks. And this is why they end up sleeping and loving white women and everything else. You want to know why? Because they're doing white witchcraft. Okay, this is the same way white women tried to trap their men and they couldn't because they can't do voodoo. Okay, so what happened is inversion. Okay, all these men do is gay witchcraft. This is all your black men are talking about. Once you understand what you're under, you have to break the covenant. This is why I tell women who pretend they're priestesses, you cannot be a part of any priesthood unless you have been cleansed by blood. And if we have not cleansed you by blood, we're going to know, because after you've been cleansed by blood, we write your name. That is how we protect you. All coven hoods of women protect all other women. There is no beef amongst us. So the women who are still out here talking about cliques and tribes, we already know you're under gay witchcraft, because bitch, what are you talking about? It's us or them. It's us or them. Either you want to be under the gay witchcraft or you want to be free, bitch. Pick. Okay, you can't serve two masters over here. That's just them. They can serve two masters because this is their gay world. So if you don't want to be a part of their gay world, all you have to do is come out from among them. We are here, child. We've been here. Okay, how do you think some of y'all are still surviving? It definitely ain't by the blood of your coochies, because you're not cleansing it. If you were cleansing it, you'd be over here like, girl, let me tell you about my day. Okay, you can't tell us about your day because you're too busy trying to make his day. That's what happens when you're under gay male witchcraft. They know more about spirit animals than you. Okay, they know more about spirit animals than you. If you knew about spirit animals, you see why they got all the animals in zoos and they monkey ass is free. Okay, they the one need to be in them zoos, tranquilized. Okay, they don't give a fuck about the animals either. Men are so deep into their gay male witchcraft, they mock how they destroy animals in nature. Look at how they got you. Ooh, this bird against this cat. Okay, if you pay attention to what they're doing and all the witchcraft around you, you'd understand why you're not supposed to be talking anyway, let alone to men who can't think for themselves because Legion is thinking for them. Okay, all the animals in nature are going extinct and men are up here pretending that sports are fun. Nigga, you are losing all the animals you need to be eating and hunting and using to follow and migrate within nature. And you up here cheering for gay men and Nephilim, okay, who are breeding with other trans and Nephilim and weirdos, okay, to entertain you. You are not here to be entertained as a man that has balls that drop. You are here to spread your seed and keep it moving. Okay? You never stop. Men don't stop moving until they are DEAD. Why are y'all sitting on your bussies so much? I could tell you why. Because you got a bussy. That's why you're sitting on it. Men who are masculine, they somewhere like, what's up, y'all? So today we're fixing to do 500 push-ups on this live stream. Men are moving. Men ain't got time to watch another nigga balls. Okay? But gay men do. I said what I said. Okay? Nobody's on here lying in the name of men more than men who are in love with other men. Okay? And in order to advertise themselves to these men, all they do and talk about is what we're talking about right now. Okay, that's why after a while, okay, you look at these men and be like, damn, he didn't act like that. Okay, but of course they act like that because all of them are gay witchcrafters. And they always going to give credit to white women and all these other people who are going to be right in my live streams copying me. Notice how long I've been on YouTube. All of a sudden, white people are talking about the celebrity priestess of Hollywood. Bitch, all the priestesses that exist, we know them. Them motherfuckers ain't shit but some actors and some actresses. Tell them come see about us. Okay? Tell them to get a voodoo doll with their name and their face on it if they want to. Okay? You can't do voodoo if you're not black and if you're not of the bloodlines that planted the roots of our magic. So who the fuck are y'all talking about and who are you talking to? It definitely ain't us. I don't care about if you understood all these men know they're failed, fallen bloodlines. That's why they keep pleading on the blood of other bloodlines. You can't plead on the blood of another. That's like me pleading on the blood of Beyonce. Please, blood of Beyonce, protect. Why you cannot plead on somebody else's blood to cleanse you and save you? You've been given a bloodline woman. This is how bad they hate you. They don't want to protect the blood they've been given to cleanse and protect. They taint it. That's why as soon as you come on your cycle, they ready to disrespect you and take your innocence instead of protect it. There are more girls who, as soon as they get their periods, okay, everyone around them treats them like they done turned into a hoe. Okay, all you don't even understand why most of the older women around you be jealous when you bleed because they know grown ass men are ready to take your innocence, not protect it. And they're jealous because at that point you're going to get more attention than them. The thing is, that's not the type of attention any woman should want to have for their baby girls. She is so much more grand of an energy than that. Okay, when you understand why, okay, I don't have children, it's because I have too many of them in the spiritual realm. And I love them all. And I will smash, okay, and raise the earth from under your feet for any last one of them. Because I've been granted that power. When you know who you are and you have cleansed your bloodline, the only thing that comes from that is power. And most women are only here pretending they coochie's got power. Ma'am, if your coochie had that much power, you wouldn't be online for 10 years still trying to advertise it in Ross Clothes and Fashion Nova. That pussy ain't got no power. So the Six the Goddesses, the Shira Sevens, ain't no bitch that look like George Washington with and without her wig talking about spirituality when you're nothing more than a barren, boring housewife or an internet coochie seller. I said what I said. Who are you hoes? You're whores of Babylon. I said what I said, and if you got a problem, come see about me. Okay? All the women who are under gay witchcraft think they're baddies. Bitch, you are a transgender. That is your level up, becoming a trans. Where is your baddie? Where is your baddie? Nothing. You're a good talker and a good cosplayer. Past that, you hoes pussy ain't got no power. Sit it on down. And you can tell them I said it. Because half of them be here anyway looking for content. Hey, Pooh, did you buy your new titties yet? Did you buy your big mama bodies yet? Okay, I'm big mama. Y'all know when that fat lady gets to singing, people be bothered. Don't care. You gonna hear me, okay? Now, gay witchcraft, okay? This is why they're always showing you the pyramids, but they're showing you the pyramids backwards. Once you understand that, you have to stop listening to men promote witchcraft. They can't promote to you when they're in a reprobate mind. What they want is access to boys, okay, and girls. The only way that gay men use, okay, to get your kids is school, okay, and sports. This is how they get your sons. Okay, this is how they get your sons. The way they look at your skills of your kids is sports. This is why women are not given enough things to actually explore and past body type. A lot of black girls are not given the opportunity anyway, unless you are of a certain stature, which is honestly looking more European-esque, meaning you're flat. Okay, but if you pay attention, the more they let black women into sports, the more you cross those boundaries of breaking things they cannot do without you. So, regardless of what you think, your gifts will always make room for you because gay men always want to take credit for them. In other words, I found her. I found this. I found this exceptional gift. Once you understand that, this is why you need your gift to be taken away. Imagine if we had 47 Shakari Richardsons to get it done. Okay? It ain't a nigga alive who would be catching any of your covens. Do you see? Your gifts will make room for you, but you're giving your gifts to gay men. Okay, and gay men don't like your gifts. They mimic them and take them for themselves. The same thing with singing. Okay, the same thing with dancing. This is why black women had to hurry up and open up majoretting and hip hop dancing and everything else to black gay men because black men want your birthright. That's all they want. You can't have anything. Okay, but they always over want your support. In other words, they won't support the WNBA, but they will support you wanting to go to NBA games with them. Okay, you catch my drift? They do not support you the same. This is why they show you the one eye because they know they're one sided. They only have one vision and is of themselves. Okay, if you understand that most of the witchcraft white women do is gay witchcraft because they can't do voodoo and they can't do hoodoo. You have to be from these bloodlines to do this witchcraft. Most of your fake, okay, witchcrafters online, they're doing white women witchcraft, which is why it doesn't work. And then after a while, they're always talking about other shit. All these people steal my content. Like I said, I haven't been here long enough for you to be riding my wind and having the same thoughts as me, nor are you on the same brainwave to be repeating my thoughts. This is why I go live stream so y'all can understand the people who steal my content. They watching me live, honey. This ain't no long form video. They're watching me live. So that means you're watching me through time to steal the content you want to steal and go back and reiterate it as your own. Period. Okay? These none of these bitches have their names written in a coven. It's like being a part of a gang. Go to a certain part of somebody's hood and say you're a certain gang and see how quick they knock you off if they can't verify who you are. It is the same thing with witchcraft and sorcery. These niggas is unknown and these bitches are unknown. So they need to shut the fuck up, including Sheer 7 and all these manual ass peasant bloodlines. Period. Okay, because what they're doing is whitewashed low level witchcraft and shit. Okay, the only ones of them who can actually do witchcraft and understand it are the women who have been a part of Divine Nines or some sort of sorority, regardless of race. Okay, these bitches are coochie sellers who done got old. Okay, none of these bitches are a part of a coven or a priesthood. They're whores of Babylon, which is why all of them have children. Okay, imagine when you pretending you some magical coochie. Bitch, if you was that magical, you would have already made 100K, not on here trying to sell fake knowledge so you can get a couple few $100 by lying. Imagine when the receipts are all over the internet that you whores are over here lying. In the name of what though? Gay witchcraft. Period. Okay, like I said, that's what you're doing. Okay, you want smoke? Well, fire it up, bitch. Okay, I said what I said. All of y'all are under the spell of gay witchcraft, and all the women pretending they're prophetesses and all this, all of them are walking around with transgender symbols and calling them unks. Okay, why do you think the cross is so similar to an ankh? Because the cross is based in gay witchcraft too. They've added symbols of the same thing, re-inverting it a whole lot of times. Okay, all of these men are doing, and look at his title, Yahweh's breath, a new beginning. Okay, they're always worried about another nigga's balls and another nigga's life. Okay, that's what they want, somebody else's life, somebody else's bloodline, and they let you know this every time they're trying to show you to get behind another nigga's bloodline, because that's who they want to get behind, and that's who they want to get behind them, doggy style. Okay, oops. Don't let me come here and tell the truth, because I'm going to tell the sugar. Okay? Period. Men shouldn't even be allowed to hit you from the back, because the only things in nature should be allowed to hit you from the back, and they are not in their right nature. Okay, they need to be doing missionary to make sure they like coochie. Period. Okay, if y'all don't understand this by now, that's on y'all. But these men are nothing more, okay, than warlocks. This is why they always talking about witches. But when you get through talking about witches, the equivalent of male witchcraft is warlocks. So why are y'all still warlocking and then crying about witches? Witches don't have the power anymore. Okay, they only have us to give them their power. That's why we had to come here after the war, because if we came here before, y'all would be trying to use your Bibles to unexplain what I'm explaining to them. And guess what? There are only 6 more covens who are going to be helping y'all get free, and I'm going to help them come online. They don't know how to use computers and shit. Okay, they don't even know how to use them. That's how deep we are into our power. Okay, more of us, say something if you want to. Okay, we have to teach them how to fucking use computers and shit. That's why it's gonna take some of them a little longer to come online. They don't know how to use this shit. I didn't either, still barely do. Okay, once you understand that, it becomes a, you fuck around and find it out if you want to. Okay, motherfucker, damn near from the old ages in this bitch. You've been on the internet too long. We still got medieval weapons and shit. I need y'all to back it up. Okay, back it up and jump. Okay, because I said what I said. All of the men are online performing gay witchcraft and trying to talk to you, okay, about all of the things that they're stealing from people like me, because there is no truth in them. Okay, you want to know why this guy is talking about blood type? Because he watches my live streams where I was saying that I would teach you guys how to find out what your blood type is based on mixing them with the elements. Okay, and he wouldn't know what that is because he's not a high level bloodline. None of these men are divine masculine bloodlines. That's why they're always talking about everybody else's knowledge. Okay, they in Philadelphia talking about Egypt. Can't even get a passport. Most of these men are obsessed with another nigga's balls. Once you understand that, you understand why I'm here and giving these niggas the smoke. Okay, I don't care. Put your lighters up. Okay, like I said, truth hurts, and it hurts 2 people more than anybody. The down low men who have been down low their entire life, and all of the lame ass females who ain't nothing but whores of Babylon pretending they're spiritual. You can't push out babies of your womb and be selected as a higher knowledge one. You're not a watcher. Only people who do not give their energy to this world can be a watcher. Once you understand that, watch how many more people start coming on here using AI and stealing my content. They already do. Okay, they hide behind, look at Strategic Family, all the people who are gay witchcraft worshipers, meaning they love gay men. They are still looking for the attention of these down low men. Okay, but they're still all on here pretending they're spiritual. Oh, I love the kids. All these people watch my content. Bitch, I am not Miss Cleo. Get your ass about your body if you want to. Okay, all of these fake, okay, spiritual people, melanin wisdom, it is her glory. Most of y'all bitches don't understand what glory is. If your crown is your glory, why the fuck are you bitches still crying about your hair? Because your crown is not your glory. Okay, what a gay man thinks about your crown is your glory. Oops. Let's continue, because like I said, half the people who have a channel on here who get a little bit of friction, all of these people ain't talking about a fucking thing. They are manual bloodlines pretending and stealing content because they watch my content. Hey, bitch, if you're going to widen my wind, make sure you give a shout out sometimes, considering y'all have already been put on a pedestal for being absolutely not shit. Because if you were doing something for real, you would have had to come out from among them like I did for the last 10, 15 years to know what the fuck I'm talking about. Period. Yes, of course. Telling the truth is disgusting. In order to have good men and women have to be equally yoked. Men purposely unequally yoke women and then complain about them later because you are overly unequally yoked. Okay? I said what I said. You can't have a virtuous woman when you spend your whole life being unvirtuous. It ain't no boys will be boys. Y'all make boys into whores. In other words, y'all take boys' virtuousness from them. So the only women they can pair with, the only men they can pair with are people who present themselves as needing to be used. In other words, who wants to be used and more promiscuous than a gay man or a Jezebel? That's why you have to talk about them. But in tune, you are more aligned with Jezebel's, okay, and Smex demons than you ever will be a virtuous man or woman. And that is why. Because you're using gay witchcraft and pretending that's not what you're getting from it. All the people who grew up in the church leave the church and become divine niners who do gay witchcraft and gay rituals and then come back to the church and bring all that shit back to the church. You're doing nothing more but merging and merging the gay ritualisms over and over again. Name one thing you know that Babylon didn't teach you. If you knew so much, y'all been on here 7, 10 years and y'all are just now talking about the shit I'm talking about. I've been on here a year, baby. How is it that all of us all of a sudden have the same brainwave? I just got here. But this is where pretending comes in. And instead of give people credit, y'all try to give credit to shit that's only been around 3, 4, 5 years. I got this from TikTok. Bitch, ain't not one person you done repeated in this TikTok said what I just said. In other words, they trying to find people who saying stuff on the lines of what you're saying, but their titles are exactly what they're stealing. Okay, they long forming everything. Look at Antonio Speaks, Anthony Speaks. Okay, all these other people. All these people do is steal my content. Gay warlocks and young men who are taking the place of their washed up, HIV riddled, okay, warlocks. All these men are passing away from suicide, okay, and HIV, and they're giving it to you on their way out. Okay. Brian, the spiritual warrior. Why do you think so many men think they're spiritual? How can you be spiritual without a woman? Where are you getting your spirituality from? If women have to listen to you, where are you getting your spiritual notes and intercession from? If black women have the same knowledge as you, why do black men pretend they are more knowing than you? Because they know what you're up against. It's gay witchcraft. And instead of go against gay witchcraft and give you power, they participate in it. This is why when they talk about Diddy parties, if I would have made the title P. Diddy just got out of prison, okay, this is what he looks like, all them niggas will be in here trying to see what they daddy look like. Ooh, what that rich nigga look like. I'm here, Diddy. Come pick me up. Okay, I like your oils. Okay, all of them care more about the men they should be persecuting, okay, than the kids these men are persecuting. Oops. Notice how they get so much joy from talking about these gay men and these gay celebrities who uphold all the homosexual stuff. They talk about, oh, this is like this and BLOOD sacrifice and all. They don't care about that shit. That ain't stopped y'all one time from wanting to sleep with all these trans and all these weird looking creatures. And what do you mean? If you knew what Nephilim are, why do you still watch sports? The only people they put in sports are Nephilim. I know. My brother is a professional athlete, and it's because he's a Nephilim. And you can only breed with certain bloodlines to get Nephilim. Okay, so once they understand that you create Nephilim, baby, they watching you. Okay, so y'all ain't create no damn Nephilim. Y'all breeding with the most low class bloodlines and genetics ever. And y'all think because I'm gonna show y'all what I mean. Okay, because all the men acting like they special and spiritual, talking about Jesus and God, all of them only feel special because they are creating light-skinned, whitewashed bloodlines. And in less than a generation or two, nobody's gonna know what the fuck they look like. Okay, because they don't look like the people talking the most shit. Okay, this guy I did a video about. Okay, look how ugly, out of shape, disgusting, unmasculine, okay, ew this man is. Okay, do you want to know why he's online talking shit and feel proud? Because he has trapped the bloodline of who gay men told him is worth having. And so his wife, okay, and his granddaughter look like this. And they're pretending these are the Indians. These are the whitewashed nobodies that are all over the internet pretending they're chosen tribes. They're just the colorist people. And nobody supports the fake ass Christianity and bullshit more than your colorist supporting people. Okay, they're the same ones who think their grandkids are beautiful and yours are ugly, but Most of your grandkids look like who? You see what happens when gay witchcraft takes over? All the internalized other things come into place too. So when you find people who are spiritually dealing with internalized things, okay, please understand it always comes from a place of one of these things. Okay, and I also told this nigga to stay off my page because he's another gay warlock who steals my content. Okay, I'm gonna say this again. I don't care about hurting people's feelings. Men don't care about anything about your feelings. They are here to take you out of your bodies and out your identity. They need your wombs. They're literally having it to where they're trying to take your uterus out and put it into transgenders to make sure they can have periods to create children. This is how deep they're trying to go into creating things that don't exist. And there's not one straight man alive who is in the streets protesting why they had to change the pronouns for gay men. If there are more women than men, why the hell was it worth changing the pronouns for gay men? Why would we change pronouns? Why would we take prayer out of schools and then put the colors that are supposed to be colors and make them gay? How can colors be gay? Why would you take all the colors, call them gay, and then distribute them in classrooms? How can you take something pure and keep watching it be tainted? And none of the men are protesting it. All of them are online lying and pretending they're, oh, it's just the world we live in. Y'all women, crazy, y'all. And look at how we got all this red pill content. Why are so many gay men still pretending they're not the warlocks? There are hardly no witches left. We know this. So the only things you're up against are the fallen bloodlines of gay witchcrafters, because there's not enough women to take you out unless they then joined one of the covens we've already written in as law. Period. So imagine when you just be here trying to collect people from their rut. A lot of people have all the love and protection they need. They just won't come out from among them. So we can't bless mess. They bless mess. They bless all the shit you do to please them. We can't bless that because you can't serve two masters here. Either you're for, okay, divine masculine and divine feminine, or you're not. We also support divine masculine. Those are the only men we support. Those are the only men you bow to ever, because they are divine masculine. These are not divine masculine. They are pretending they are. And the men they answer to and speak of and speak through and on the name of are not divine masculine. They are gay men. Okay? Once you get that, you see why the whole industry look like this. A whole bunch of turned out bussies. This is what they're about. And if you pay attention to the symbols they hold up, all these men know these symbols. They put them into gangs. Men know so much about warlocking, they created gangs. This is why they have so many different symbols and things with their hands. And men know more about witchcraft than you ever would, because most of them are superior at warlocking. It's you who don't know who the fuck you are, because if you did, you would be laying them down the way I do. Lay your bitch ass down. This is my power. Who do you think you are? Okay, by the power, okay, divided in me, meaning the things that separate from you. Don't nothing separate from men. Okay, he ain't pushing nothing out of his womb. He don't have a womb. Okay, when you understand that, this is why they need matrimony and all this. It comes from a place of binding you as a woman essence to them, and that's the only way they can rise. That's why men are talking about they're lonely. There are more women than men. Why? How could a man ever be lonely? Because his focus is on gay men and transgenders and all the things that are not womanly. So men can't tell you about femininity. They've been turned out by gay men. Still are. And proud of it. That's how proud they are. They've been turned out by each other. That's why they laugh in your face. We get along. Women, just women. You're gay. Most women don't want to sleep with each other. Most women don't want to look at each other and undress each other. Okay, this is why most women be like, bitch, get out my territory, weak ass hoe. Okay? And men are up here like, yeah, what's up, man? Yeah. Dap it up, dap it up. Okay, yeah, what sports team you watching? Just looking for a reason to talk because you're gay. Can't talk to your woman, but I bet there's a man who could come up and take your whole attention and have you kikiing. Don't be mad at me. Okay, don't be mad at me, okay? Pride comes before the fall. Okay, why you think men love Pride Week? Pride comes before the fall, and all the men are prideful in what they do in the dark. It's only the women who are just clueless and pretending they don't understand. But I'm channeling. Okay, so if you want to hear the truth, you will hear it. But like I said, all the men are doing gay witchcraft in the name of themselves. Okay, once you get that, all the Christian women following them, pretending they're holier than thou, all these bitches is Jody Arias crazy. Okay, Jody Arias crazy. Do you hear me? Okay, please understand, all the crazy gay warlocks got they crazy queen, whore of Babylon. Do you hear me? Okay, you ain't up against, okay, men for real. These men send out these type of women. Okay, and these are the type of women you damn near have to go get your weapons registered for. Okay, because they don't understand, they don't want to understand, and they will never try to. Okay, when you get that through your head, you will understand why there are so many fake spiritual women online still talking about God and calling everybody else a demon. If you understood the power you have, you ain't scared of shapeshifting or nothing else, baby. You need that to protect yourself from these men who are stronger than you. They are stronger than you even in their weak form. Okay, that's how you know you need power. But where's your power? How can a weak thing be your power of bloodline that you're calling on? You are out your damn mind. You're calling on the names of the men who are taking your energy and then expecting to get something back. They can't return something to the sender they don't have. They're taking it from you. Okay? All the nations who have already taken their women power, the only reason they came to the United States, because this was the last place where women still had power. Okay? It's men who out here still be like, I swear to God, if you ain't no woman, I'm a KILL you right now. Cause ain't no way in hell. I am not gay. Okay. This is the only place where men still think like that for real. And there's some of them out here. Okay. Why do y'all think recently there was just a trend online where they were exposing DLs? Why do you think you have a DL whisperer? These men are so outside their bodies and got other shit operating for them. Y'all better understand, gay men are not your friends. Gay men are spirits. Okay, and they have a stronger ill intention towards you than any straight man would ever have who knows he likes woman. Okay, period. That is why women need men to protect them, because only a divine masculine understands who has the spirit of gay witchcraft over them and this and that. But men who are Christians and all the, they are not the people who are going to tell you you have this over you. They're trying to constantly talk about it because they need you to believe their curses. They need you to be one with them. They need you to keep speaking them. Okay? They need you to do reverse baptisms. Imagine a woman doing a reverse baptism. You come out the womb of your mother, then you join churches and do a reverse baptism in the name of a father and a son, but they come here through you. It is gay witchcraft. Let me show y'all how gay witchcrafts work when you don't understand. They understand what they're doing. All of them understand what they are doing. Okay? Okay, all of them understand who they're worshiping. Thank you so much for the increase. May it return to you tenfold. I need y'all to understand where you are. The only covenant that exists was between a gay man who wanted the place of his son because he was aging. Okay? Same thing with Naruto being trained by Jiraiya. Okay? The pervert. If y'all look at whose gift was it? Was it Naruto's superpower to turn himself into a drag queen to entice men? Like he turned himself into like a sexy woman or something. Y'all got, they put this shit in everything. Okay, past a certain point, I had to turn the TV off because I said this shit is everywhere. Okay, you damn near be like the mirrors are not mirroring. They are black mirroring. Okay, I'm gonna say this again. All these men know what they're doing to you. They can't tell you because when the gig is up, that means they must carry their own cross. See, if you understood what the cross represents and why it's a ankh is representative of a noose. Okay? It is. They're hanging themselves. But they took a symbol that means something good and turned it into that. Okay? Because what happened is the only way they could change the world into what it is to put one of these men in bondage, and it became black men. Okay, black men were the ones who went under the ankh. In other words, they are the ones who got persecuted for all the gay things that were happening. And white men and all the other races use black men's blood. To this day, they're going to do it again. And black men are absolutely on board with the agenda. That's how sold out and pushing gay witchcraft all of them are right now. So when the time comes, you need to understand all of these men are supporting the white men who have literally come from spirits of Sodom and Gomorrah. Before it was Babylon, it was Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay? And Sodom and Gomorrah are gay spirits. Okay? Sodom is a gay man who sodomizes. Okay? And Gomorrah is a woman who is gay and she also believes in sodomy. In other words, they do the same thing to their daughters. Okay? And all the nations, okay, is where they travel to and fro. Okay? So the only people that I am here to quote unquote persecute are people who are one with these demons. And this is why they come here and say things like, I'm watching them. No, sweetheart, you're watching me because you're looking for intel. When I don't have things to tell you that you want to hear, all of a sudden you create the theory of that I'm a demon. All women are demons to men who are doing gay witchcraft. And any woman who has her power is a whore. Okay? Meanwhile, the women who have their power, like myself, we are celibate. You couldn't get in my womb if you wanted to, snake. So past that point, you wouldn't understand what a divine Uchi is like because divine Uchi ain't being hopped in, okay, like hopscotch. Okay, so a lot of y'all need to sit y'all hot pockets down, six the goddess and all y'all. No one cares about your ran through coochies that you keep trying to play dress up with. You're not a Barbie doll. And Barbie dolls are not real, bitch. Barbie dolls are made for voodoo, ho. Okay, so the only dolls we give attention to are the ones we put spirits in. You better calm down because you can become a doll too. If you understand why certain things are even given past that point, men only give girls dolls because they put spirits and stuff. Okay, so most of your daughters have things speaking over all their girly toys, okay, their dream houses. They are taught all this pre-witchcraft and gay witchcraft, but and they seek it. Okay, that's why women grow up and seek a gay man to put them in a contract of marriage. Okay, and this man will take all their energy, and when he's done, he releases them through divorce. Okay, and she has to rebuild. Okay, naturally, by nature, though, women are supposed to be under the rule of a divine man, and any man who comes to take his divine women, okay, from that tribe, he battles them. He duels them to the death. Okay, I don't care if he's an ant, a bee, a squirrel. Ain't no man in nature finna sit up here and toot his butt up in the name of bowing down to another man to do gay witchcraft over him. Animals will go extinct before they go gay. Can white men and all the people in the world explain to me why you can't do the same? Please do. Because all of your gay men are online pretending there's some magical being. You are a perverted bloodline. What the fuck would make you magical? This is what happens when niggas think they are Peter Pan. But that's based in homosexuality too. Because they want little boys to pretend they're fairies and all these magical things. If you understand that men know what warlocking is, this is why they believe in Batman and Superman and all. Why do you think you're still waiting for your superheroes and all your superheroes are evil witches? And they're the heroes that save everyone from the evil girls. Meanwhile, none of them can live without a fucking evil girl, can they? Because who do you think they get their energy from? Oops. If you understood, the reason you have a period is to purge yourself of men. Okay? The things they put in you, they put into your blood. That is why you have to purge yourself by the blood. And they can't purge themselves, which is why they create HIV. And the only way they can spread their curses of disease is to sleep with man and woman. This is why serving two masters is the ultimate sin. But men will always serve two masters because they don't want to give up homosexuality in the name of Babylon, who tells them boys will be boys. No, boys will be gay if you don't make them understand they will be men one day. And that's where it becomes a struggle with their masculinity. This is why even in places where men pretend it's just them, they conquer each other and dominate each other and booty bump and then come out and still be looking for a woman to put that energy in. See, gay men are only of power right now because all the men that put them there, they have to sleep with a man and a woman. So the gay men that you see online, you never see them with their boyfriends because all their boyfriends are with a woman. Okay? The down low whisperer, you will never see him come on here and be with his man, honey, because one of his men are your men. Okay? This is why they're trying to talk to you. They're trying to let you know, bitch, you just don't understand. Okay, why you think they always trying to let you know about their throat game and what they be doing in the bedroom and pretending they're more feminine than you? You can't be more feminine than the thing you come out of. So all the prissing around and acting like they're gay and putting on extra Vaseline and Carmex, bitch, you are just a bitched man. Calm down. But imagine when they pretend that's real energy. If it was made to exist, you would come out of the womb like that, sugar. And this is why it's sad that you can't be honest, because when you realize the only thing that America has legalized is Sodom and Gomorrah, and Christians and all the other gay witchcrafters are too busy trying to attack everybody else's appearances and everything else, when the only thing you should have been in the streets protesting is why they're changing the pronouns, why they're putting gay things in your kids' classrooms, why they're making it to where Little Nas X is being promoted at award shows and all. Y'all don't care about what's actually happening, which is why when we continue to purge the land, we're taking you and your kids because they don't have a chance. Okay, we're not here to hurt the children. When you understand that DEATH is made to give you rest from this hell of gay witchcraft, only then do you understand why having a child here is against the laws. Okay, you don't have children here. Children are conjured. Okay, you're made to conjure spirits. Okay, to put in you to make sure you're getting the correct child. Okay, to complete your evolvement. Okay, but when you have many spirits, they tell you that you are releasing many sperm. If you're releasing many sperm, it's because you're with many spirits. Okay, you're with many spirits. And I said what I said. They teach you about everything in essence incorrectly. Okay, they teach you about everything in essence incorrectly. And the same men who want you to pretend you're virtuous are the same men who spend their whole lives taking your virtuousness from you. And virtuousness comes from Babylon. Therefore, it's not true. The only thing you need is purity. And purity is what they rob women of. But per our blood, we know that we are the pure beings, which is why we've been given 7 days to cleanse everything, every cycle of witchcraft they do over you. You've been given the ability to wash it away. They cannot, which is why they need to convince more and more people to do witchcraft against you to believe them. Okay, I'm going to say this again. All men know about witches and warlocks, and all of them are standing in the place of your birthright as a woman, and all of the fake witches online are helping them do it because they're trying to pretend, okay, they are witches, and none of them have power. They are nothing more than whores of Babylon. They are the son and the mother. That's why when they have children, most of them are only connected to their sons. They will always tell you about their sons, never their daughters. Okay? And like I said, they do not want the crazy psycho church women. They don't want the Jodi Ariases. Okay, the Jodi Ariases and what they call pick-me's, they're not pick-me's. They're legion who are ready to do whatever, whenever, however, in the name of these gay men, because that's how committed they are. These same women will catch their men doing all types of gay things, and instead of leave these gay men, they participate in the acts with them. Okay, that's why they have Christian mingle and all. When you get through, all of your religious denominations are always in the world and of it. That's why they're on YouTube and everywhere else acting like they're talking about Jesus. You have churches to talk about Jesus in. You never needed black mirrors to come talk about Jesus. You're on a digital Ouija board pretending you're talking about something good. You're talking about demons. When you look at these people, you can see the legion in them, and they're proud of it. Pride comes before the fall, which is why they're so prideful in their demons. They believe this bloodline demon is going to save them because they are under gay witchcraft. Okay, and once you complete the reverse baptism, okay, that they in church, okay, they are already turned over to a demon. Like I said, imagine these people pretending I'm not Christian no more. If you ain't reversed the ritual you did in Christianity or whatever you did, you are very still much bound to the demons you have alleged your allegiance to. Period. So imagine when all these people be like, I don't go to church no more. I don't care what you don't do. If you have not come out from among them, your spirits are still among them. Why you think most Christians are here battling each other instead of talking about God for real? They're using the Bibles to battle people they don't like. That's funny because that's gay witchcraft. Because in order for men and women to be equally yoked, look at that. Look at all the people coming here trying to. You can't quote your book of shadows here. It has no power. Your gay witchcraft doesn't have power here, baby. That's why most of your Bible verses that actually held weight are in books of the Bible that were taken out. Okay, explain the story of David and Jonathan and their gay love story. Explain that. Explain, okay, why you always have to sacrifice your sons to gay men. Okay, you quoting a whole bunch of gay prophets. The only thing in the Bible that Jesus said, baby, is in red. So what are you here battling? Are you here battling me with words that don't have power? The only thing Jesus said out of that whole damn Bible is written in red, baby. So name one thing Jesus said about what I'm saying. Must you lie in the name of your gay prophets? Okay, all of your prophets are gay. Yeah. Well, there's no such thing as a lake of fire, just volcanoes that your raggedy ass is going to go back into. Look at them, they're here. Let me quote my gay witchcraft and get you out of here. Bitch, I ain't going nowhere. That shit ain't real. That's like holding up a cross to a vampire. Y'all still wait for that shit to work, huh? Pray harder. Pray harder, sugar. Hopefully, I don't think you understand. When Jesus talked about turning the other cheek, he was talking about his booty, baby. He ain't even talking about his facial cheeks. That's why the only cheeks that are getting the attention and getting put on a pedestal are gay men's cheeks. Okay. Yes, go get some garlic, honey. He's in here like, I will get rid of you. You will not get rid of my gay witchcraft. Get out of here, witch. Boy, get your gay ass out of here. Get out of here, little crazy heathen. I bet he over there punching the ground and twerking at the same time. Get out of here, okay? Get that. Oh my goodness. Out they bodies, honey. Out they bodies, out they mind. Okay, but these are the men who want you to respect them. I can't respect men. I can look and see the bent overness in all of you. Okay, this is why all they do is grind around and dance on each other. And past a certain point, I'd be like, baby, I ain't never danced with my friends like that ever. Okay, we down there be like, you want me to wait till you come out the bathroom? These men just a little too curious for me, a little too open. Okay, you a little too out there. Okay, loose. Okay, they talking about woman thou art loosed. Nigga, y'all are loosed. Them bowels is loosed. Okay, tighten up them bowels. Okay, because like I said, I don't care what y'all talking about. There is nothing prideful and respectful about homosexuality unless you are chosen to be an hermaphrodite. Okay, and most of these men are not chosen to be any of this. So what would it ever make sense for them to come here and talk about this? It has never made sense to come here and talk about another man's bloodline. But all these men are exactly what I'm telling you they are. They're low-level warlocks, and a lot of them are part of Divine Nine organizations. And the Divine Nine organizations are the only people who actually relish in teaching these people more witchcraft. more spiritual aspects, more mythology, more spells, more rituals, more hazing. If you think the church is a part of rituals, all the people from the church join Divine Nine organizations. That's why the church gets empty. Past a certain point, the only time people leave the church and come back is when they realize it's an empty spot for them to take power. So they come back and then they join the church because it's more power in the church for them because there's less people there. Okay, that's who becomes the secretary, the treasurer of the church. Okay, a usher, a deacon. Most of them are still divine niners, or they're the people who are too poor to become divine niners. So they find a place of structure in the church. Okay, regardless, they still want to be connected to the witchcraft. Okay, and their witchcrafter in the church is the warlock, the preacher. So they're letting you know their covenant is with that man as a gay warlock. Okay, regardless of you understanding, he is preaching homosexuality, the Father, the Son, and his lust for each other. This goes all the way back to Abraham and Isaac and all of, when y'all get through, most of the stories that black men hold dear to are all the stories that show they have an unnatural obsession with taking their young son's purity. Okay. Whoever you are who keeps speaking your gay Bible verses, no one cares. Okay. No one cares. The topic is all of these men doing gay witchcraft. And this is all they talk about. And like I said, the equivalent of witchcraft for men is warlocking. But they don't consider what they do to you to be warlocking. They just don't call it that. But they know that's exactly what they're doing. Okay? I'm a minister, I'm a pastor. All of them are nothing more than gay warlocks who are trying to keep you in submission by talking about nothing but bloodlines they are not of. I don't care how many verses you put in here. I'm a pastor's daughter. My pastor is not, my dad is not of Jesus's bloodline, so he can't plead on Jesus's bloodline but through gay witchcraft. He has to plead on the blood of another man, but he needs your energy to do it. Okay, but that man is not here to give you anything. He's here to bless the person who's standing on the behalf, which is your pastors. This is why you have so many internet teachers, because they're not willing to give another man power out of his pockets. They want you to give them their power, so they all came here to have a platform to perform their gay witchcraft. Okay? Look at somebody talking about Romans. Romans are gay. Do you know about the Greek and the Romans? So why are you in here posting about Romans? Where's the Bible verse in Romans that say man shall not lie with man and a woman shall not lie with a woman? Put that Bible verse in here from Romans. Like I said, Christians who hate you, they use the Bible to talk against you and pretend it's working. Bitch, this is gay witchcraft. What are you speaking? They would never give you anything to break your curses, only things to enhance them. So what do you think that does to people who are not under the spells of your gay ass book of shadows and the Torah and everything? What do you think that looks like to us? And then when I send you a voodoo doll and your whole house is sick, you're going to call it witchcraft. No, it's called you don't have the power, cunt. That's what it's called. Oops. Okay. God uses who God, okay, can use. Okay, and when you're humble enough to come out from among them, that's the only time God can talk to you, because all of their shit is in your way. Okay, God can't talk to you when you're in the midst of them. That's why all your people who have been on here for all these years, can't none of them talk about spirituality. And if you notice in their titles, they're trying to take fake warlock shots at people like me. My name is the sis that don't miss. Okay, look at that. They're so pissed you never miss. You always miss. Even the piss in the toilet. Okay, sorry. So when you get through, these same men are upset about the fact that once you call them out for warlocking, they pretend it's something else. And it's not. Okay. Correct. Okay, like I said, men who want to participate and uphold gay Babylon, they're always going to be trying to get you, God said this, and you listen to a man. She only talk. If you respected woman and you're not gay, the only thing you'd be talking about is how they are unequally yoking masculine men by putting all this gay stuff on here and pushing it. There's no reason for gay men don't have to take a woman's identity to be gay. You're not being gay to be a woman. You're being gay because you say you like men. So why are you changing everything for kids and women all over the world? Because I'm telling you exactly what we're talking about. They want your birthright as women. And most women who are under gay witchcraft and support this gay witchcraft for the sake of just having a man, they are the only women who are pretending they don't understand what's happening because they want to be a part of it. Women who are under gay witchcraft are online bullying a whole lot of other women. None of these women are stealing from them. None of these women even know they exist, but they're bullying women just to bully women because they're under gay witchcraft. They're sleeping with gay men. Most of them are looking for a man who is masculine. They never will find it because they're sleeping with a man whose energy has been conquered by a gay deity. Okay? I am not totally off at all. Okay? I didn't say every man was involved. If you're coming here and putting yourself, okay, if you're a hit dog hollering, say that. Because I have also, obviously, you haven't been here to understand, we only respect divine masculine. So I'm not way off. It sounds like you're projecting because I don't know who the fuck you are. So if I'm not speaking on you, why would you come here and announce it that you're not gay? You don't have to announce what you don't walk in and have the spirit of. So it sounds like you're troubled in who you're here battling. Are you battling yourself in your identity or what I'm saying? Because what I'm saying still stands. It seems like you're always looking for a reason to battle divine women. If you're a divine men don't battle us. They battle for us. So if you respect your divinity as a masculine, you're not going to reject or go hard about anything I'm saying because I'm here to protect your divine masculine. I'm not here to question it. So if you're here to question my divine feminine, how can I respect your divine masculine? It's because you're not divine. You're trying to serve two masters and telling me I don't know what I'm talking about because you are doing that. You can't tell me my thoughts. We gave you yours. You come out of us. That's why you have these love-hate relationships with your mothers, because most of your mothers are the whores of Babylon. They don't have knowledge. You have to cling to the womb of a woman who is more loyal, okay, and higher in blood regard than your mother. And once you do that, that's why the only things called mother-in-laws and monster-in-laws exist, okay, because most of your mothers are unpure, okay? Correct. That is exactly why married women are attracted to masculine single men. The only reason why there are so many, okay, married women on the internet, okay, let me show y'all something. The only reason there are so many married women on the internet like this is because they're trying to advertise to other men. If these women respected their husbands, they will be somewhere doing something to please their husbands and do something on the behalf of their families. They're on the internet trying to prove to you that they're still worthy. Okay, they still want to be selected, they still want to be admired. They're not giving you advice. Okay, they can't. So what do you think these women are on here trying to advertise to you? Themselves. No one wants your kids, no one wants your husband. What are you advertising? Who are you advertising to? None of these women have friends in real life. None of these women give a dime to women in real life. You can't go through any live stream and see where they give to any woman on earth other than talking shit. Okay? They have nothing to give other women but shit talking and disrespect and disregard. And these are the women who are saying they're happily married. Who do you think they're advertising to? The men who know they're not happily married, who they're going to give attention to. Nobody is online trying to prove that they still got it more than people who already chose each other. This is why it never made sense for couples to be on the internet. What the fuck are you showing? Go be a couple. Okay? I'm not here to be rude. If you love and have something of value, baby, you don't. That's like, I guess a lot of people just have too much because in my life of being homeless, when I was younger, okay, I went through homelessness when I was in my young 20s, okay, like a young person, okay, and I realized the only people that had shit are people who didn't show it off, okay, and I remember the first time I tried to show something off, my ass got robbed. Do you hear me? Sure did. Out my shoes too. I was in South Memphis, okay. Okay, you know the gods were with me. Okay, because I said what I said. Okay, you get your experiences in life for real. People are not advertising stuff that has value, baby. They somewhere keeping it sacred. That's how you should know that white women's coochie is not sacred. That's why it's all over the internet for free. Oops. Okay. The spiritual bloodlines of white women who are sacred, baby, you wouldn't even know who they are. You wouldn't even know who they are. And it's the same for people like myself. You ain't never seen us. That's why these bitches on here, look at you, you fat. I don't give a fuck what you talking about, bitch. If your man walk by, I'll take him because I am her. Okay, I don't give a fuck what I look like today. Okay, men know divinity when they see it, and it's not that you're up against divinity. See, when you're dealing with women who are masculine, the only thing that calms them is masculine energy. So what they're saying is in you is actually you responding and returning their energy. So it is masculine. No one's bucking you, no one's hating on you. People are returning your false femininity, which is gay witchcraft. So imagine pretending gaslighting and sending threats and bullying, okay, using passive aggression is all of a sudden femininity. Bitch, sit your lying, you've always been ugly and got no attention ass down. Okay, only on the internet are the same ugly women who be getting passed over their whole lives pretending they're baddies with a cause. And if you noticed, she's been watching my videos too and repeating everything. Go look at my first videos about when I talked about coochie sellers, and then look at how she went on a rant for weeks talking about coochie sellers, coochie, coochie. Look at how they steal my content too because they're spiteful women. Go look at how all their content is fat women and this. Do you see what I'm saying? Nobody tries to bully you more than women whose coochie don't have no power. It's not my fault you gave your coochie to a gay man, baby. Get your power back, honey. Cleans that shit. Okay? They still over here mad at that fat lady singing. I'm still gonna sing, ho. Ooh, yeah. You ain't talking about shit, okay? And it ain't over till I sing. I'm here, baby. Okay? I'm here now. Okay? Let me go ahead and pat you under your chin. Okay, so you can understand I'm here now. I'm here, sugar. Okay, thank you. I'm not here to hurt nobody, baby. I'm here to free my babies. Okay, and my ladies. Okay, for everybody else, if you're a divine masculine, we ain't here to free you, baby. You here to get active. And we ain't gonna do nothing but put that power behind you because that's what we supposed to do. We ain't here to question you. If you was on your purpose, we ain't got no reason to question you. We follow where you lead. If we can't follow where you're leading us, baby, we gotta change shift. Okay, bitch, we can't come over there. You done let us off a cliff, sir. Okay, we ain't jumping too. Okay, this is how it goes. And a lot of gay warlocks and all these Mark the Messengers and these weak, okay, ran through women who nobody wants them or their husbands are still online pretending they're chosen bloodlines. If you were a chosen bloodline, you wouldn't even need the internet. Okay, you wouldn't need the internet. You'd be somewhere giving back to people. Okay, I realized that I was her. Like I said, when I came out of my dry places, meaning God took everything from me so that God could talk to me. And God used people I would never expect to talk to me. Crackheads. I remember one night, it was a crackhead that saved me from getting human trafficked. Okay, I was laying on a bench under a street light because that was the only place I could find to sleep. It was cold as hell. Okay, and I didn't want to be in the dark, so I laid on a street bench and went to sleep. And boy, when I woke up, it was a crackhead who was laying by me, stroking my head and shit, and I was scared all at once. Okay, I didn't even have a pocket knife. Okay, I was sitting there like, what the fuck is happening here? And she was like, don't you say shit and don't move, just play along, because baby, they finna take your ass, and probably me too. And she was like, y'all, my daughter, she just drunk. I told her ass to go. When I tell you she was protecting me, and you would never know who God sends to save you, you ain't talking about a damn thing. I don't shit on nobody because regardless of what they struggling with, a lot of people still have nothing but God in them. Okay, I said what I said. If it was not for that lady who y'all see as nothing more than a crackhead, okay, my ass would have been gone. You ain't talking about shit. And when she got through, she said, if you don't get your black ass out of here, and I bet not ever see you from around here again. Ever. Because they gonna take you, baby. You don't belong here. I know you don't belong here. People know when you belong and when you don't. And when people don't want to be on the bad side of karma, regardless of what they battling, they gonna get you on up out of there. And if it wasn't for the spirits y'all act like y'all don't see, I wouldn't have made it out of none of my shit. So all these Christians and fake ass holy people on here, y'all don't help shit. It's the people that are still without that are helping people gain everything. Get off these high horses, you fucking peasants, because you ain't helping nobody and God ain't called you to do shit. The devil done called you to lie. Y'all talk about how God sent people, the devil sent people too, and y'all are devil sent. Hallelujah to that. Okay, you ain't talking about shit. If God sent you, you be able to send blessings. Okay? Not critiques, not curses, not Bible verses. You ain't sending shit, but what Babylon send? What you sending different? Okay? Put some God on your wind and stop acting like God called you. God ain't called you shit because God don't see you. Your blood ain't even recognized. The fuck? Imagine when the salt of the earth don't even know the womb that you bleed from. Disgusting. Okay. And I'm going to say what I said. The same bloodlines y'all think ain't out here, the only reason they battling so hard in their pits is because people like this are doing gay witchcraft and Babylonian witchcraft all over them. Okay, this is why they go to church and gather on certain days, because it's the people they don't want to see and help. And when those people are deleted, all their bloodlines pass away within 1 to 2 generations. That's why the church is empty. All of them have been sent chosen ones, and they have shitted on all they chosen ones. Most of they chosen ones are in the ground and have forgotten them. So imagine when the only thing that came to keep your bloodline aligned and remembered, y'all have shitted on it because that wasn't y'all favorite child. Okay, and now the only child you had to save you, okay, is gone, and now your bloodlines are struggling. Okay, now the only kids getting sent to you are gay boys. And all when you get through, every bloodline, okay, that's spiritual has been sent a chosen one. And you're gonna know your chosen one, and most of your chosen ones are girls. Okay, it's no such thing as witchcraft. There's sorcery, and you need it to conquer gay witchcraft. That's why you've been given it. That's the only thing that can combat it. Okay, imagine they trying to give you something weaker than what you need to get them up off of you and get them up out of you. Why you think they always trying to put their snakes inside of you? They complete their gay witchcraft rituals by putting their seed in you. Okay, this is why they tell you to get married before you. Nobody goes through the rituals more than married women who do it the right way. And all of those women pass away before their husbands too, usually. Okay, all of them do. Married men live longer than single men, but married women still pass away before single women. And it is a reason behind that. Okay, only one of them is being energy harvested. It's not the man. Okay, when you find people who marry for real, who love each other, they're not sucking the life force out of people. They're also not online critiquing everybody else's life like this. It's disgusting. And none of these people are who you would look at in real life and say, I want to be like you. Bitch, don't nobody want to look like you, act like you, or anything else. With makeup, without makeup. Okay, these are the same people. All of a sudden, she's trying to cover up her perms because I called her out. How you be on here talking about femininity, this and that, and you have a perm? Okay, your hair is barely you don't even have a crown that is glory. Okay, you have a fucking silk press perm and a hairstylist who probably does witchcraft, who's a divine niner in your scalp. So what would make you think that you're a baddie or somebody to listen to? If you are listening to, why are you online on this Ouija board selling lies to people and worried about none of the young girls you're going to spend any money in this realm to help for real? Your words do not help. Your words are just unnecessary wind. So why so long-winded with nothing attached to that provides increase for the people you're trying to critique with your wind? Okay, I'm not here to judge. I'm here to cast out demons. So when people come here and I irritate their demons, it's because those demons don't want to get out their body. And I don't give a damn. You gonna get up out of there. Okay, you gonna get the fuck up out of there. Okay, and we gonna put that body right back in the ground so you can fertilize the soil the way you were meant to. You weren't made to be walking around permeating all this fucked up energy. Okay, you can't even, if it was, the only reason why y'all are able to be this fucked up is because they have concrete. If you are walking on Mother Nature and acting as fucked up, if y'all acting up, the earth would open up and swallow y'all asshole. Yes, she would. Swallow y'all ass right where the fuck you stand. That's why they have concrete, and y'all don't understand that. Because the only time the earth can't come get your ass, and it ain't nothing Babylon can do, is when they keep putting things in between you and the earth. Okay, but one thing about the earth, we shall overpass all that. Okay, and when you on the right side of her, she's going to let you know when it's time to shake the earth. Okay, y'all think the earth goes on an axis from left to right. This is what they told you. The world goes up and down, baby. Okay, this is why gravity, I don't know why they keep telling you the equator is right to left. They say this because they are on the wrong path. The world spins up and down. Okay? The world spins up and down, sugar. Okay? Once you understand that this is why you can't go against gravity, this is also why you're made to go into the ground and your energy recycles. Okay? Everything they teach you is the opposite. Okay? You're also not on the same time you think you're on. Okay? If you understand why black people age differently, we are still on spiritual realm time because of our melanin. Our melanin is on spiritual realm time. Spiritually, most of us are not. People like myself, we are, which is why we keep up with the moon cycles and heavily, because we need to know when to do our jobs. All of us have a job here to do. So imagine when you worried about the fake ass jobs they've created for you. This ain't the movie The Bees. Okay? This is not The Bees. They don't tell you your jobs. Your jobs were preordained. Either you got the gift or you don't. Okay? Look at how many people want to be a rapper. Rapping ain't no gift. I am not done channeling. Okay? I am not done channeling. So they got me fucked up. I'm still here. Okay? I don't give a fuck. We gonna get this bitch back going. Okay? Damn near channel they kids if I have to. They ain't talking about none. Baby, they trying to get me up out of here. Baby, I'm here right now. I told you I'm channeling. I ain't leaving yet. Okay, can y'all hear me? Okay, can y'all hear me? Let me make sure y'all can hear me. Hold on a second. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Okay, because I'm channeling this motherfucker that I ain't done talking yet. Okay, they got me fucked up. I'm in this bitch. Hello. Let's go. Because who they finna play with? I ain't done yet. I'm not done. Okay, we are here to speak life. You won't take life away from me because they don't speak it. Okay, what's wrong with these folks? Hit the like button if you ain't no hater. Because like I said, what we're here to expose are these gay witchcrafters. Okay, there is power in the name and y'all been calling on the wrong one. See, I'm Amore. Okay, you see the A in my name? The A in my name is what they have upside down, which is why a lot of women think their femininity is based in being nice. Bitch, we ain't sugar. We are the spice. Okay? You can't be nice to men, which is why that's why they become sweet. Okay, divine men, you can't respect them when they're sweet. You have to respect them in their masculine. And as a woman, if you're ever going to be a divine woman, stop trying to tell men how to be men. When he shows you that he is weak, remove yourself because he will take every bit of strength you have so that he can double it and apply it to his own energy. Okay, to him, that's like defeating a character and he gets all the points and goods from that character. Okay, you have to understand how they see you. You are meant to be devoured. Okay, that's why the only person who can really take from you like that is a man. So if you ain't prepared to battle men, baby, you need to come out from among them. And ain't none of y'all ready because you haven't been given the strength to battle even the weakest men. They're still men. I don't care how they play around you. They are still men. He can come over here and put on lip gloss and makeup. If he wanted to knock your ass out with a one-hit quit, he gonna do it, ma'am. Okay, won't nobody knock you out and try to hit you quicker than gay men. Stop it. Okay? Baby, do you hear me? Somebody said it's pouring rain. Baby girl, you ain't told one lie. Okay, you will never be more powerful in your life than when you close your damn legs and stop letting people in your pyramid. Because past that point, your energy starts recharging. Now, for those of you who are not scared to cleanse your bloodline, make sure you hit me up in private. You don't need everybody to know what you're doing. And I am not a hater. When I say I'm pro women, I am not just here to help black women. All women have to free themselves from these men for all of us to stay free. This is not a war against us and gender the way you think it is. You got to come out of that gay witchcraft, okay, that triangulation. We all have our own, okay, power and spirituality regardless of race of women. Okay, we are all not under the same type of craft. Once you realize that, white women, Hispanic women, whatever type of woman you are, you still need to be cleansing your menstruation cycle, babies. Okay? If you don't know how to clean your menstruation cycle or what you need to be using per your bloodline, please do hit me up in private. Don't let these men know what you're doing so they can't use things against you. Okay? I'm here because I respect the blood that we shed. And I am not the only woman that sheds blood. Therefore, I can't go against other denominations of women, and y'all don't understand why I'm here. The only way you can get certain women's attention is to start war with them because the gay witchcraft in you is what's going to bring you to me. understand, I know your every thought. Okay, so the only reason you're going to get certain women's attention is if they think you're at war with them, when they realize, oh my God, this is what I go through too. So you don't hate me. Bitch, we've never hated you. Okay, it's the men hating, okay, themselves, causing us to hate each other. Once you get past that, okay, there's no war between women. Okay, the war is between a gay man putting himself in the form of women. Okay, period. Okay, once you get past that, only thing you need to be worried about is cleansing. And for those of you who want to, I'm going to be doing a lengthy fast. Okay, you're welcome to do a 7-day fast, 14-day fast, or a 30-day fast with me. My goal is to do 29 days, 30 days. You're welcome to purge with me as well as the land purges, so that you can put yourself in alignment. And in order to purge properly, baby, you got to lock that coochie up. Okay, lock her up. Okay, lock her up and keep her safe. Throw away the key. Okay, don't even look for it. Lock her up. Okay, because a lot of y'all need to cleanse nothing more than your menstruation cycles. If you do not have a menstruation cycle, the only thing you need to be worried about is the young women in your bloodline. If you don't have women in your bloodline, reach out to me privately and we'll help you connect to the women who were in your bloodline. All of you guys come from covens. You need to break your covenants. Okay, if you don't break that covenant, when you pass away, every seed that comes from your womb is still under that same covenant. For it is written. Okay, like I said, when you tell women the truth, they don't understand why I call women out. I call men out. I call you out because you're leading people astray, and I actually love you. Okay, imagine pretending that because Babylon needs a reason to love you, I love you for I am commanded to love you. And past that command, I love you because I am amongst you to understand what love is. Okay, you don't understand love until you are around it. It is in people. It is all through people. Okay, it is the demons attached to you that make you forsake love. For when you are with these demons, they push love away. So everything that could heal you from them and get them out of your bodies would cause you to go to DEATH from withdrawals. Okay, in other words, you've been depleted of energy so much, the withdrawals you would have from not dealing with these demons would take you out your body. That's how weak you would be. They've been feeding on you. Most of y'all's demons have become parasites in your bodies. So you're just damn near vessels. Okay, so the people who are here objecting me and all this, please understand they are with Legion. And the only thing they see, hear, breathe, okay, they speak no, see no, hear no, truth. Okay, that's what it is. People who still have goodness, okay, by the creator in them, they will always have the ears to hear and the eyes to see truth, regardless of what you've been among, because some of you are forced to stay among them. That's the difference. When you've been given increase and you're still amongst them, it's because they are of the cursed. They are of the fallen. When you receive your increase is to come out from among them. And if you stay, all your increase is going to be depleted again because you've already been given the tools to free yourself. Okay? That's all it is. Yeah. You said yes, ma'am, because celibacy is the way to go. These men expect our bodies in exchange for Wendy's. Oh my God. It's pouring rain. You are not lying. Okay. They want you to sell yourself short for the littlest things. Okay. What you mean? You want me to pay that bill? You'll do this for me. Okay. They want you to sit here and accept all of the gay energy. See, men release their gay witchcraft energy of sleeping with each other into you. See, once they have built up a lot of energy with each other, all of them come sleep with a woman to release their energy into you. And that's the only way they can really release. They can't release into a man. Okay? They can release spirits into him. But in order for him to release those spirits, he needs a womb. And you're the thing that takes on the spirits of these men because they release these spirits into you. You are the only thing they can release the spirits into. Okay, most gay girls are battling the fact that men have false power. So a lot of gay girls just want a normal relationship and they can't get that with men. So what you're trying to do is reiterate that and reinforce that with a woman. But in turn, you end up doing gay witchcraft as well because usually most of you as women try to play roles and gender roles. Okay, so in other words, one of you has to become the masculine, one of you has to be the feminine, one of you. But I'm going to say this again. It is not the same for women. Okay. There are more women than men. Okay. There are more women than men. When women are together, you are intimate. not smexual. So the women who are always acting overly smexual, you understand they are under gay witchcraft, because women who are in their divinity, they are with women who strengthen their bond. Okay. In other words, their intimacy is superb. Okay. Because they are divine women. Okay. If you understood that women are made to be a part of covens, it's not called gayness for women, it's sisterhood. You have to understand you come from long lines of women, which is why there are more women than men in every race, because you were made to have nothing but sisters, and you were made to be given to a divine man. But that was chosen for you. You didn't choose, because there were certain spiritual tests and blood tests that were needed to be done before you were given away to any man. And you also were not made to take his name. He was made to take your name, because the power in your blood comes from your name. He has to call your name. You have to go by your name. When you lose your name, you are giving these men your power. Okay. A lot of women who hang out with men a lot are whores. They don't like other women, because women who understand they are divine, there's not anything you can't do with other women who are divine. I don't care if it's coloring, painting, museums, laughing, hair, movies, singing, talents, deep diving talks, cry, laugh. There's nothing you can't do with another woman who's divine, because she's not in competition with you. See, most women, their friends are their frenemies. So a lot of them wouldn't know what sisterhood is like. Sisterhood is purifying. And they're going to always know when you are losing your divinity. And they're going to say, "Are you okay? Talk to me. Do you need a hug? What do you need?" Okay, what is it that is causing a rift in your femininity and your connection to it? Meaning, what is keeping you from confiding in a woman? Even the Bible says, "Trust in no man, only me." Okay, so why are you still here worried? You see what I'm saying? So after a while, you have to understand all the things that you're not made to do. Okay, most women are still forcing themselves to do for the sake of proving themselves to women bloodlines who don't matter. They get married because they trying to prove to a bitch they hate that they can get married. Okay, all of them are miserable and still trying to prove they're not. But look how many of them are upset at the single women who are not going through that. And the women who are actually divine, who have been tricked into giving these men a bloodline, you have to look at how a lot of them are the only people who create worthy kids worth mating with. And a lot of those kids watch their parents struggle so much, they don't even trust the struggle of having kids. Okay? Because they watch how many people are trying to take their mother's power. Okay? And like I said, if you're gay, go be gay. Because if you didn't need women, you wouldn't need to turn into woman and change the pronouns. Okay, like I said, again, if you notice, the men who are talking shit, they're gay. And they love the agenda of gay witchcraft and women losing power. But women shouldn't have to lose power for you to be gay. You can go be gay. So imagine coming here saying women want this, women. No one's stopping you from being with a man. And the same person who just come in here talking about this said repent. Okay, now do you see what I mean when I say all of these men are gay witchcrafters? They like each other, and the things they promote always stand on trying to make you a demon and a villain. This is a conversation for women. What does this have to do with you? I'm guessing no. You guys as men are scared of big gay wizards, because if you aren't, you would be not scared to battle them in masculinity. Imagine being scared to take your power back from a whole bunch of holiday hearts and RuPaul's and Lil Nas X's. Are you mad? Because you came in here talking about marriage and women, and now you're talking about repent. This is what I mean when I say all your religious people are gay men. Okay, why do I need to repent because you're gay and love men? If you love men, go talk to men. This isn't a men's chat. Look at that. At least they have someone. You're single, I'm guessing. Being single is a blessing when you're not with the right people. Okay, a lot of us are single because we are set apart, not because we're lonely. Yeah. And you don't have to do much to get a man. So imagine when you have to change the pronouns, have to become a tranny and all this other shit, buy titties, take estrogen, get all these top surgeries, bottoms. Imagine when you got to do all that just to get a man and you're worried about us. I don't think we have to do that. Are you okay? Y'all see what I mean when I say you irritate their demons of they want your birthright? No one is in here arguing because the men who would want you, I don't want. So what are you up here arguing about? Men who like vagina, they're not attracted to gay men. So if you want to go talk about someone who's attracted to you, go where the men who like you are. I'm not a secret. I'm a woman. Oh, I am. Is that why you're on my live stream without your face showing? Y'all need help. But I'm not about to argue with you, honey. Go be gay in peace, baby. Okay, go find you somebody's husband to ride on. Okay. So you can get denied later. Go expose your DL. Okay. Why are you worried about my face, honey? I can show my face because you can't do witchcraft on me. Are you okay? Imagine when gay men want to see your face so they can compare themselves to it. Men who like coochie don't give a fuck about what you think about my face, my body, or anything else. So imagine always needing to see what you think is competition. Your bussy is not competition to a divine woman. Look harder, pray harder. Okay, that's why you need filters and fake titties and everything else. Are you okay? You need haters too, okay? Haters make the world go round, and haters also let you know when you're speaking truth because they're always the hit dogs hollering. Okay, nobody loves gay witchcraft more than men who don't have power. And they get their power through pretending they're sissies. Oh my God, I'm so strong and powerful by acting like a bitch. All the guys like me. Like, yeah. That's why all of y'all are on every app begging for attention. I'm hosting. Who wants it? Who's taking me to Pound Town? Okay, y'all gotta beg for attention. And you still here mad at me. Baby, I would never beg these peasant men. For what? What are you begging for? Even the peasants don't come to you willingly. That's sad. And you still here competing with me. This ain't no competition, sugar. Okay? Silly tricks for kids, ass nigga. This is what I mean when I say gay men are always mad they can't have your birthright. The men who like women for real do not want you. Only down low men and men who want to sleep with you and lower themselves want you. And that's what they're mad about. They want all the men who are sleeping with women to want them. And that's just not going to be the case. That's why they be getting knocked off. Okay, this is why they be getting knocked off and shamed. This is why a lot of them go around and only go drag queen holiday heart mode when they're around certain people and stuff. They need you as a woman to hype up their delusion. This is why they took away the mental asylums. Okay, all the crazies are on here trying to argue with you about the fact that you're ugly. I don't give a fuck what I am. Okay, I'm not gonna go change my face. I'm not gonna go get anything done to my body. Okay, my pussy is always going to be superb. Okay, and anyone that has my womb is going to be elevated in status. Okay, that's how it goes. And I'm going to protect my womb because that's my job as a woman to do. Okay, men have other things to protect. If you can't protect your own womb, what are you doing? The things men have to worry about are all these gay men who want their divinity as masculine men. Masculine men are not somewhere preaching to masses of men. Y'all are the ones who have lost your masculine divinity to sleeping around with each other and random low level bloodline women. Okay. And so past that, why are you still talking about other men's bloodlines? And y'all, well, talk about yourselves. You have more people of power within your own bloodlines and you don't even know their names in between 3 to 4 generations. Most of these black men who are Greek freaks and in love with divine nines and the bulls, most of them can't even come here and tell you 3 people or one name from anyone in their generations from the past 3, 4 generations alone. But they can tell you everything about these white folks, these Greeks, these Romans, the Bibles, everything of gay witchcraft. They A1 about it. Bye, loser. Bye, fallen bloodline who wants to be a woman and you can't because God said no. Bye bye. Ta-ta. Like I said, the people who are up here mad and bothered are all the gay men who felt like they have successfully taken your place. I'm hot. I look better than you. Look at fashion. Look at, don't I look better with you? Don't I look? No one cares about your delusion. Okay, men who are divine don't give a fuck about your divine delusion. Okay, because that is what most men have, divine delusion. Okay, past that point, most women already know most of y'all ain't shit. That's why most of them want to be single. Okay, most women are feeling exactly what they're feeling. That's why the 4B movement continued, not just per race, it went through every race. Okay, and this is because all women are absolutely feeling what they're feeling. The homosexuality deep rooted in these men. Okay. And most of these men will never come here and protect you from the gay men who are trying to taunt you about your womanhood. You're ugly. If you like pussy, why are you still letting a man that you don't want to fuck talk crazy to women? Because they do that because a lot of these men who claim to be straight are fucking them. Okay, that's why they're so happy and so uppity. Yeah, yeah, but no one's claiming you. You're here just talking shit to women because you know you get fucked in private. Cool. Who's out here hyping you like that? The same men who are sleeping with you are still online denying you to your face with their women beside them. And you still take that as a plus. But this is why gay witchcraft doesn't get them anywhere. Past a certain point, the man is going to end up deleting him as a gay male and the woman in his seat. So what are you doing? What are you doing? This is why I tell y'all gay men are men who are not really divine gay men. They are against children too, because what they want you to do, they want to ruin the connection between the mother and the father, even though all of them came here through their mothers and their fathers. So that's how they got here. You didn't get here through gayness. None of your parents are hermaphrodites, except for the people on the levels of the industry that none of y'all are on. So imagine when these people are pretending they're hermaphrodites. No, you're not. You're regular ass weirdos who are trying to participate in the agendas you see being pushed across higher bloodlines of Babylon. They're not higher bloodlines of chosen. They're higher bloodlines of Babylon. Okay, so past that point, what are black people trying to mimic? You have all these spaces in churches where you could be talking in secret and building all the things you need to come from among them. And y'all still going to these churches willingly, okay, and jumping and shouting. And black people won't even use their churches to teach each other a real language. They in there pretending to speak tongues. But then they meet people like me and get mad because I speak multiple languages. Yeah, because I'm not pretending to. All the shit you pretend to do, you could do in real life, and you still up here mad at people that do it. That's crazy. Yes or no? All the women on here complaining about men and men are crazy. Men are. No, they're not. Men are simple. They either like women or they don't. The one who act like they're confused about it, Red Pill, Kevin Samuels, Anton Daniels, all these men still need women. Okay, if Anton Daniels was really a millionaire, he would not be with his fugly wife. He doesn't like his wife. Okay, men who like women for real are not online punching down at women all over the internet. Especially women who are not his wife. And why does it matter? Okay, because being married to a woman that has no value is what allows these married men to come online and talk all their shit because they have a weak ass woman they're with. And those women will let those men talk shit about them 24/9 because they're weak. Okay, these men be talking shit right about them in their faces. And then in their comments, the only people responding to this man are the women he's going to hit up later. So most of these married people, most of these couples, most of these gay witchcrafters, most of these fake witches, all of them are online looking for bloodlines of people who are really chosen to put themselves in and stalk. Okay, all the people talking about gang stalking are gang stalkers. That's why they're talking about it. They stalk the people they want to be like. Yes, nothing is gay. Who is that? Lord have mercy, baby. You better tell them. Okay, nothing gayer than a misogynist. Correct. But why do you think all the world panders to you as women, to your kids? All of it is misogyny, to hate you. How can you try to purposely keep getting kids to hate the womb they come out of? How are y'all still trying to convince boys that boy butt is better than women and natural procreation? Why are y'all still trying to have 8-year-old boys, 10-year-old boys? Look at my nails. I'm a dick. And then why are y'all still trying to feminize little boys if y'all are not doing this to pervert the children? I've never seen this many gay children in my life. I don't understand why the rainbow colors, okay, all of a sudden represent gay. All of us have used these colors our whole lives, and these colors have never meant gay. Why would they mean gay now? How can the rainbow mean gay? How can gay men, this small denomination group of people, take colors away from everybody else and say they mean gay? How? Yes, men have you obsessed with butts. Men who like vagina for real, they don't give a damn if you ain't got a lick of ass. Cause he like coochie. Okay, he ain't worried about that. Okay, he'll slap you on that flat ironing board booty and be like, girl, get in there. Okay, get on in there. Okay, he don't care about that. It's gay men who want you to pretend that looking at asses, okay, is just so phenomenal. Okay, it's what you poop out of. Why would it be phenomenal? Nothing in nature needs to see themselves having orgasms for them to want their women. There's not one male species that's like, man, if you don't act like this and look up at me while you do it and all, gay men won't admit that most of them can't get off unless you're doing gay stuff to them that gay men do. Because men who have not been had by gay men and all this other weird shit, okay, they are not into all that shit. They don't even need that to get up or nothing. Just being around you alone will make them, oh my God. Okay. Okay. Men who have been doing a lot of stuff with gay men, they need all that fake arousal and fakeness and, oh, yeah. Oh, they need all the fakeness. Okay. Because they're not being with the real thing. Okay. This is why do you think gay men are still pretending they are something extravagant? Sir, you don't even get wet naturally. That's why you have to use your mouth. Okay? This is why you have to buy lubricant. But when you tell them the truth, it becomes a you're mad because who's mad at telling the truth about what the fuck you do to have intercourse? How would that make me mad? There was a guy who calls himself Quail whatever on here. We're going to break him down. We're doing a whole video about this guy because I need y'all to understand gay men are not special. They are not important. Okay, the gay only gay men who are important are hermaphrodites, and they are chosen by nature, meaning they were born that way. Okay, they were born that way. These men are not being born this way. Therefore, the men who are partaking and trying to sleep with all these build a body trans, all of these men are gay men who are going to be deleting themselves in a certain amount of time. And most of these men who are obsessed with trannies and stuff, they will never come out and be with them ever because none of their families approve of it. Okay, so they will always need a woman to keep up their charade. Okay, and when the woman gets tired of pretending, okay, she's not with a gay man, he is going to delete her to keep that image. And at that point, his whole secret's going to come out. But why do you think he's doing that? He wants to go where other men are. Because the only people who are not going to punish him from deleting that woman are the gay men in prison. Period. Okay, when men decide they're ready to go off and live their life of truth, most of them are going to take out the only woman they've been taking energy from forever. Because the only person who could admit that they're in the place they want to be are those women. There are more crime shows about husbands taking out their wives, wives finding out their husbands are down low with their best guy friends and whoever it is. Okay, he was having an affair with my brother, and when I found out, I just couldn't handle it. Like, I knew my brother was gay, but I never thought he would sleep with my husband. All these men don't give a fuck about you. The ones who do are trying to protect you from these men because they know what they're about. Most rich men don't get married, they go gay. So why do you think so many women are online looking for rich men? They're online looking for gay men. The men who have the most masculinity are not chasing money. They're chasing respect, and with that respect is going to come their power, because they can't get it from the women who are supposed to respect them, because most women think the power is from the money. The power comes from the men who didn't have the money comes from the men who didn't have power. So they put power in their money. So now most women are looking at it like the man with the most money has the most power. No, most of them have are the most bitch like, because the men who have the power, those men want to F him. Okay? The men who have the strength, they want to F your man. Okay? They want him to get rid of you so they can have him. Ooh. That's what they want. They want to emasculate your man. When you understand that, you stop trying to stand in the way of him being strong, because once you do that, once you bring him down to thinking like you, okay, all of a sudden he's going to be weak, okay, to his spiritual attacks from weaker men and weaker women. You have to allow him to be divine. You have to allow him time to think. Only then will you know if you're with a divine masculine or not. You can't hoard him and override him, okay, and find and see if he's masculine. Okay, divine masculine a lot of time need time to themselves to be alone. And unlike, okay, these gay witchcrafters online, okay, all of your gay witchcrafters who still call themselves the names of other bloodlines, all of these men, okay, are on here, okay, trying to prove to you exactly what I'm telling you. Okay, they think they are meant to be followed, knowing they are not shit to be followed. They know they're nothing to be followed. That's why I feel bad for the women who are oftentimes depicted next to these men, when you know in real life none of these people are with people who are worthy of anything. It's sad, isn't it? How many of these men are on here doing nothing more than what I'm telling y'all they're doing? And if you really look at them and their spirits, you can tell they've been had by men. It's not even hard. This is why I tell y'all, look at the jewelry most of these gay warlocks wear. It's not even masculine jewelry. It's gay jewelry that a lot of them get from gay men. And gay men a lot of times buy these men jewelry and get them to wear it. They'll wear it around their women. Okay? This is why I tell y'all need to understand how this shit works. These are not spiritual people. They're people who want your spiritual energy as women to use on men. Okay? They try to take energy from you to give it to these gay men. And the only people who pretend they don't understand this are the women who are sleeping with these people. Okay? All these women are sleeping with gay men, and they have to do the most for men who do not want them. Okay? All of them are for gay men because that's who they got. Okay? They just lie, and all of them steal my content because they can't think for themselves. They're too busy watching their gay man. Nobody stalks their man more than women who know their men are gay. That's why when you stop watching them, that's the only time he really gives a fuck. Because most of the time, having you and sleeping with gay men is what gives them a pleasure of having you. Because it's the fact you respect them and he's not worth respecting. Okay? And this is why they're always talking about Jesus Christ. They can't respect the man they're with. There's no man balls you should be talking about more than the man you're with. Your job is to speak life into him, not a dead nigga. Oops. How dare I tell the truth? How dare I come here and tell the truth like that? Okay? I'm going to say this again. All of these men are liars. Okay? And all of them steal my content. All of them are gay. If you were to do a blood test ritual on them as men who claim they're straight, all of them would come back as tainted by gay men. Because when gay men have experiences, their blood changes. This is what they're testing to see how many men are still sleeping with men, because different things shows up in their blood. And then as a woman, it changes your DNA when they're sleeping with each other and come sleep with you. Okay, most of these men are not using condoms either. If women would get that through their heads, they understand why so many of them can't spiritually release anymore. And a lot of them are getting diseases in their body because the things they're putting in your body are causing you to have diseases that are not really manifesting. They're not becoming full term. Okay, y'all might be getting cancers. The cancer's not spreading, it's getting stuck in your uterus. Okay, it's getting stuck in other places. Once you understand that, you're getting it from men. Only men can give you these cancers. They put it into you through their penals. Okay, it's sad that you have to explain this to women over and over again. Most of the things you get that are unnatural are from men. Okay, they're the only people that can give it to you. You can't even get it with another woman. Okay, you can't even get it with another woman. I'm going to show you another example. These are witches too. They're low level, unimportant witches. But these are the same women who will come on here and talk about how bad their marriage was and yada yada. But these are the same bitches that shitted on other women their whole life just to get married to the peasant man they got married to. And now all of a sudden that they're out of a divorce and all this other crap, they're on here acting like they are the bitch of the year. Okay, I'm the whore of the year. You're nothing more than a bitch that got played out of her womb by a man who doesn't like you, and you still have the seeds of that man. So why are you still acting like you're something phenomenal? Okay, this is why the internet is full of old heads who need to be quiet. All of them are online showing you that they're nothing more than products of failed gay witchcraft. It doesn't matter if they went to church, it doesn't matter. All of them were with men who hated them, and they stayed well past them knowing that these men hated them. When they finally got free, all of a sudden they want you to feel bad and sorry for them when they've been making everybody else's life hell trying to defend these shitty men and stay with them. Okay, like I said, and if you pay attention, the women who get married the most are these colorist ass, I'm so much better, I'm a baddie ass women. And it's not because they are light skinned, it's because this is how they lead. This is the only type of attention they get is from men who put them on a pedestal trying to triangulate the women who would understand that they're a gay man. Okay, but these are the only women willing to give these men seeds too. That's why they come back and have something to say. And in real life, no one would switch with you. Y'all are the aunties nobody really wants to chill with. You see what I'm saying? Nobody wants to chill with people like this. Okay. And they'll let you know you don't want to chill with them. I'm not a good friend. I'm not. Yes. So why are you on the internet talking so much? Get the fuck on. These people are much too old. This is not their even generation to be online. The same people who didn't get along in their generations are all over the internet pretending God is talking to them and they're so holy. Y'all ain't never been holy. None of y'all have elders in any of your generations. All of them have gayed themselves and given y'all over to gay organizations. Is that a yes or a no? Okay, so when you realize that all the fake ass aunties online, this is why nobody likes to come home. This is why more kids are no contact. This is why so many people are pretending they're gay. Most of your spiritual disconnects start at home with the families who made you based in gay witchcraft. Okay, they knew that your dad was going to be hell before they even got pregnant by him. A lot of y'all fathers knew y'all mothers was Jezebels before he put a baby in her. Because it ain't always just y'all fathers. When you understand the sins of your mother are just as important to consider as the sins of your father. A lot of y'all's fathers are divine and y'all mothers trick them out of seed. Okay? And one thing about a man who's been tricked out of seed, usually, they get on down. Okay? They get on down. They do. Okay? But a lot of time, he starts his seed over. Okay? And that's what women can't handle is when they see the man they took for granted starting his seed over with someone more worthy of it. Okay? And that's how it goes. But as a woman, you also have to set the grounds for knowing when you're with someone that you're not worthy of, because only then will you curse yourself by trying to take the seed of a man who is more divine than you. Okay, meaning you probably will have no connection to your child. Your child will grow older and not even, yes, you can't play dangerous games of divinity with any spectrum of gender. Okay, once you understand that, this is why I tell you most of the people online are not going to talk about this or this deeply. They don't know how and they don't know why. Okay, half the people who are going to be in my chats, just pay attention. All of them are going to be message from God, word from God, and they're going to be repeating what we're talking about in the Bible, the Torah, the Quran. None of the shit they're going to be referring to is going to get them to this knowledge. All they're going to say is, I had an experience and I was sitting outside and God was telling me. None of these people had these experiences or words to say before the internet. There's no way in 20 years all y'all done came to thoughts. Y'all ain't even been off the internet 20 years to come up with that can flow to you. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Later on today, okay, I'm doing a private live stream. So if you're not a part of my members only, you may want to join, but I'm going to make it a private members only. I'm going to be showing you guys some of the rituals that are the most common that men put women through, whether knowingly and unknowingly, all the way down through kindergarten through 12. They are gay rituals. A lot of the songs that they get you to sing along with as children in young choruses in elementary school, a lot of their songs, all the way down to Johnny Appleseed, and a lot of the things they use to implement their gay witchcraft over you. Okay, once you understand this, you have to break those. Okay, you have to break those and denounce those. Until then, the only things you're going to attract in men are those things. Okay, this is why they got you to sing them in such repetition, so vividly, so intently. You're speaking them and singing them over yourself. This is why the power of life and death really do lie in the tongue. Be careful what you say, who you're listening to, and always trace the message, okay, and not just consider the messenger. Most of these people don't have a message, they're stealing it from another messenger, okay, but everyone is not of the same heart, okay, and who you take your messages from in heart matters, okay. That being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate y'all tuning in. I told y'all I channel when I want to, okay, and we're not done, okay. You say, yeah, I didn't know God talked too much, so much. I feel like I said, a lot of the conversations we have not been with self. They have been with demons who want to speak for us. Okay, but we'll get to that. If you're not scared of growth and truth, you will definitely come back here, and you will not come back here hiding and gang stalking. To everyone else, please be safe. If you can stay indoors, please do it, okay? Love you guys. Toodles.